Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien, N Baba, here on the afternoon of Sunday, June 14th, 2020. And I wanted to do an editorial today on the Brooks case here in Atlanta with the Wendys. It's a tough case. Number one, the police were at fault, Mr. Brooks was at fault, NAACP is at fault, and yes, the chief was at fault too. The mayor is at fault for allowing this to happen. I like Mayor Bottoms. She is the first African American that I can say has a good head on her shoulders. But Mayor, if you allow these disgusting protests to continue, you're going to make Atlanta look like Detroit. And the problem with this is the situation with Mr. Brooks. 1 o'clock in the morning at a Wendy's. Who called the police anyway? Nobody said that yet, have they? No. I do agree with you that you should fire and throw the book at that officer. Because the law, if he was white and he was doing what he did, and say he was a councilman for Atlanta being white. There's not that many of those anyway, but say he was a white councilman. Yeah. Well, would the police have done that? No. Would they have given him anything? Oh no, they would have just said, move on, sir. Move on. That's all they would have done. They should have done the same thing with Mr. Brooks. And this is what I'm saying about the inequality here. That one law affects a person differently, it's a perception. And this is the problem, the perception. Being a former law enforcement, if I were going to do this and I got this guy at 1 o'clock in the morning, get called in by whoever, Wendy's or whoever called the police, and I'm the officer responding, and he's going to be belligerent. He's not going to cooperate. He technically probably was intoxicated, maybe. I don't know. But am I going to pull him out of the car because he refused a breathalyzer test? No. Am I going to taser him? Absolutely not. Because the law is very specific in this case. You have a disturbing the peace here, for whatever reason. He was there asleep in his car, supposedly here. So you're just poking on the thing. Hello, sir. Can I see your driver's license? Okay, sir. And I would I go to the police and say, take his driver's license and his license plate, see if he's got any priors. If he doesn't, well, keep him on surveillance till he goes where he goes. But issue him a ticket for disturbing the peace, because you got called in there. So give him the ticket, make him sign it. Okay, sir, you can go on your way. And that should be it. And then have some officer tail him to wherever he goes. Because he may be intoxicated, he may not. But you want to make sure he doesn't commit any more crimes. And that's the way you got to do it. Not overstate the thing drastically like this officers did in Atlanta, or the officers do anywhere in the States. Like I said, if he was a white councilman, they would have pursued it a lot differently. They wouldn't even issue him a summons. But you have to issue him a summons for disturbing the peace. That you have to do, because you got called. And he's there in the drive-thru creating a problem. It's a misdemeanor. He could go to the summons and file, go to the court, call him up and say, I want to protest this ticket. Yes, that's his prerogative. But that's what all the officers should have done. And report the situation to his commander. But like I said, they should have had an officer tail this guy to wherever he went, just for his sake and for the public's sake. You don't want him to commit another crime if he's got issues. But you don't want to arrest him either. You want to make sure that you follow him until he goes home safe. Do you see what I mean, Americans? This is the aliens' point of view here. Does anybody agree with me? Or do you agree with the NAACP and all those marchers that burned down the Wendy's? Why? What's that going to prove? Nothing. There's a case there for the guy, the officer who killed him. Sure, you pulled him out of his car, you tried to taser him, he took your taser from you. And then Mr. Brooks, some fault is on him too because he turned around with the taser. He should have just dropped the taser, walked away from it. And the police should have stood there and let him walk away. They already got the information they need. They could have gone and called him and said, "Sir, we need an attorney. We have this issue that you created at that Wendy's," and we go from there. But there is no comprehension, no authority, no nothing here. This is your favorite alien and Bubba, the Boo Moose candidate for if you don't like Creepy Joe and if you don't like Trumpy Dumpy, good day.